Hello, story lovers, and welcome back to our little corner of wonder. Today, I want to share a tale with you, a story about a little gnome with a very big and very peculiar ambition. Settle in, get cozy, and let's journey together into a sun-dappled forest, where our story begins. In the heart of a whispering wood, nestled beneath the sprawling roots of an ancient oak, lived a gnome named Finian. Unlike other gnomes who were content polishing river stones, tending to mushroom gardens, or charting the paths of ladybugs, Finian was obsessed with something far more elusive. He wanted to catch the wind. It started as a simple curiosity. He'd watch the wind dance through the treetops, making the leaves rustle like 1,000 tiny voices. He'd feel it brush against his rosy cheeks, a playful, invisible friend. Where does it come from? He'd wonder, his little brow furrowed. And where does it go? The other gnomes would chuckle. You can't catch the wind, Finian, they say. It belongs to no one and everyone. But their words only fanned the flames of his determination. Finian's first attempt was a grand net, woven from the strongest spider silk and toughest blades of grass. He spent weeks on it, his fingers nimble and quick. He waited on the highest hill as a gentle breeze began to stir. With a mighty heave, he cast his net. It billowed out, a beautiful shimmering web in the sunlight. For a moment, he thought he had it. But the wind simply sighed through the threads, tickling his nose as it passed by, and continued on its way, completely unbothered. He wasn't discouraged. Next, he built a box. It was a fine box, crafted from birch bark and sealed with pine sap, with a clever little trapdoor. He placed it in a meadow, the door propped open with a twig, hoping the wind would wander inside for a rest. He waited and waited. A gentle zephyr swirled around the box, nudged the leaves beside it, but never once went inside. It seemed the wind had no interest in being contained. His attempts grew more and more elaborate. He tried to lure it with the sweet scent of honeysuckle, thinking he could coax it into a jar. He tried to dazzle it with spinning pinwheels, hoping to mesmerize it into staying still. He even tried to sing to it, a high lilting song, hoping his melody would bind it to him. Each time, the wind would play along for a moment, rustling the flowers, spinning his pinwheels faster, carrying his song across the valley, but it would never ever be caught. Finian grew weary. He sat by the babbling brook, his chin in his hands, watching his reflection ripple in the water. The wind was there, too, creating shivers across the surface. He felt a sense of failure. He had tried everything he could think of, but the wind remained free. As he sat there, feeling rather small and defeated, a wise old tortoise named Sheldon, who had seen more seasons than Finian had seen dandelions, ambled over. "What troubles you, little gnome?" Sheldon asked, his voice slow and raspy, like stones rubbing together. Finian sighed. "I'm trying to catch the wind," he confessed. "But it's impossible." Sheldon blinked his ancient eyes slowly. "Why do you wish to catch it?" he asked. Finian thought for a moment. "I want to understand it," he said. "I want to hold it, to know its secrets, to have it." Sheldon nodded thoughtfully. "Ah," he rumbled. "You think that to know something, you must possess it. But the wind, my friend, teaches a different lesson." He gestured with his head towards a tall dandelion that was about to go to seed. "Watch." Just then, a gust of wind swept through. It didn't break the dandelion, nor did it carry it away. Instead, it gently lifted the fluffy white seeds, the parachutes, and sent them spinning and dancing into the air, carrying them off to find new places to grow. Then, the wind swirled over to Finian's own home, the old oak tree. It rustled through the leaves, shaking loose a few dry, brittle acorns, which tumbled to the ground, ready to be buried by squirrels, and grow into new oaks someday. It skimmed across the surface of the brook, carrying the sweet perfume of the watermint, growing on the banks to the far side of the forest. Finian watched, his eyes wide. "You see," Sheldon continued softly, "you cannot catch the wind, because the wind's job is not to be still. Its purpose is to move, to carry, to connect. It carries the seeds of new life. It spreads the scent of the flowers. It brings the cool air on a hot day and whispers secrets through the trees. It is a messenger, a helper, a traveler. Finian looked at his empty nets and useless boxes. He had been so focused on trapping the wind that he had never truly seen what it did. He had seen it as something to conquer, not as a partner in the great dance of the forest. A slow smile spread across his face. He finally understood. From that day on, Finian didn't try to catch the wind anymore. Instead, he learned to work with it. He built a beautiful lightweight kite from a large leaf and silk, and he would spend hours on the hill, not trying to capture the wind, but letting it lift his kite high into the sky, feeling the tug and pull, a conversation between him and the breeze. He became a partner in his flight. He crafted tiny, delicate wind chimes from hollow reeds and acorn caps, hanging them from the branches of the oak tree. When the wind blew, it played his chimes, creating a beautiful, ever-changing melody that filled the forest. He wasn't capturing the music. He was giving the wind a voice to share his song with everyone. Finian, the gnome who once tried to catch the wind, became known as Finian, the wind's friend. He learned that some of the most beautiful things in life aren't meant to be owned or contained. They are meant to be experienced, appreciated, and shared. And in letting go of his desire to possess the wind, he found a much deeper connection to it than he ever thought possible. He didn't have the wind in a box, but he had it in his heart, in his music, and in the joyous dance of his kite against the vast blue sky. And so, the next time you feel a breeze on your face, think of Finian. Don't try to catch it. Just close your eyes, feel it, and listen. It might just be whispering a secret or carrying a song meant just for you. Thank you so much for joining me for this story. If you enjoyed our little trip to the Whispering Woods, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. Until next time, stay curious and keep listening to the stories the world has to tell. Bye for now.